If you have ever wondered what you need to do to make your salon and spa financially successful in a seasonal location, this episode is for you. As a salon and spa owner myself, with a salon located in a super seasonal location of Florida, by the way, I am here to tell you there is hope. I give you the real tricks I use to get my team busy and flourishing in and out of season. Are you a beauty or barber pro looking for that push to do that thing you've always wanted to do, whether it's in or out of the salon, spa, or shop? Are you tired of not feeling good enough, smart enough, skilled enough? Are you tired of not getting a handle on your mental health, boundaries, and insecurities? I'm Christine Sherwood, the BeautyPro coach, an internationally certified coach, a salon and spa owner, and your personal Jiminy Cricket. I use my own experiences, good and bad, as a salon owner to help you be more self-aware, authentic, and forward-thinking in your approach to life, in and out of the salon. It's time to reach your version of success with the BeautyPro Coach podcast. So, as a seasonal salon owner myself, I can tell you it is all what you make of it. What I mean is, if you sit around all day complaining how you don't have what you want and it's never going to change, nothing changes. We know this. We have heard it in cosmetology school. Paul Mitchell is famous for saying this. I say this all the time. It's up to you to get what it is that you really want. For me, in my salon, we're in a very small, almost like a fishing village kind of town, with the more popular town about 10 miles away. And yes, 10 miles makes a difference, but it also doesn't, if you get my drift. And for me, the trick is to know what you offer and who you cater to. The demographic in my salon is what we call in Florida the snowbird. And some of you who are up north, you might know what this is. Some of you might not. But these are the folks that have two homes, live half the year in New England, New York, New Jersey, and the other half of the year in Florida, Georgia, the South, and the warmer climates. And they are a two-income household. Children a lot of times work in the city, in Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket. They sell real estate. They travel around all over the place. And they never forget to book a hair appointment with their favorite hair artist, no matter where they're going to be in the United States. And we know that our salon is all about the quality of the work, not so much the quantity. We like to take our time with each guest, making sure that the client loves their hair, but that we're the artists, that we got to love their hair too. And we make sure we advertise, have a referral program, loyalty program, continue our education in more ways than one, and we never stop giving top-notch work, passion, effort. With all that being said, strategy is what matters most. And so the first part of having a strategy is knowing who you are, what you want, and who you cater to. You got to know your audience. You got to know what it is that you want. You got to have the bigger picture in mind. This is not new information. You hear this when you are doing social media posts. You hear this in business classes. You have heard this on this podcast. My one-to-one coaching clients have heard it. My students hear it. My staff hears it. I tell everybody. And at this point, I just feel like a broken record. But this is information that we take for granted and we don't do. I mentioned a referral program. Have one. Create one. Commit to it. Every single client, every single day, every single time. Okay. The easiest way to do this is have a referral card. Give out 3 referral cards to the client with the stylist name on it, the client's name on it. The client gives this card out. Friends and family come in with that card. They got to have the card, otherwise, they don't get the discount. And they get a dollar amount off. A dollar amount. And the person who did the referring also gets a dollar amount off on the next visit. This works best if you have a salon booking software that keeps track of your referrals, okay? It's so simple. Don't make it hard. The hardest part of this whole thing is that you got to slow down to speed up. You got to slow yourself down so that you can make time to talk about this program to your client, write their name on it and give it to them. That's the hardest part, I promise. And it's funny because, I see especially the newer stylists, like, I don't have clients. I don't have clients. How do you go get clients? I need it. Blah, blah, blah. And you tell them about this program and they're like, oh my God, I love it. And then they get totally engulfed and enraptured with their client and the whole process and whole creation of it, right? And they don't give them the card. They don't give it to them. And it's like, baby girl or baby boy, like, you got to give it to them. Give them the referral card. And then the other thing that I see is they'll get a client and they'll be like, oh, did you give them the referral cards? No. Well, why not? You don't have any clients. No, because I don't want more clients like them. And I totally guess, I get it. I get this, but I'm also against it too, because one, when you throw a party, you don't just invite the 15 people you want most at your party, because those 15 people every single time, there will be the ones who will not be coming to your party. You got to invite 200 plus people so that you can at least get 15 people to come to the party. The point is, you got to tell everyone. Every single one, especially when you're starting out, you got to give everybody a card, everybody a referral, every single time, every single person. And once you build a sustainable book of clients, to me, in my professional opinion, that's when you start weeding out the problem clients. That's when you can start being picky. Why? Because you've earned the right. You've done the work. You don't want to be super picky when you're starving. I have done that and it hurt me. And I think about those people that I could have helped if I would have just swallowed my own pride. I wouldn't have had to suffer the way I did. I could have just done the work, right? Secondly, we talk so much about judging, but by you being too picky, you're the one judging that a client as a person and by the cover of their checkbook that they are not going to be for you, that they're not going to be able to handle you, or vice versa. I can't even begin to tell you the stories of what I looked of me doing that and suffering, but also seeing people that I thought were bums and they were actually multimillionaires. And these millionaires were proving a point. They just hated society for whatever the reason. So the point is, treat everyone 5-star every single time, and I promise word of mouth will happen. You will grow as a better human being and financially. Swallow your pride. Give the referral cards out to every single client, whether you like them or not. Because guess what? If you don't like them, a lot of times people feel that and they don't like you and they're not going to refer. And if they do, that's just a conflicted person. Okay. So there's that. Having your salon in a small town definitely has its ups and downs. And in this case, you'll want to make sure you love where you live and where you work. Okay. If there's any hesitation anywhere in there, it's going to show. And you're not going to want to give your all. Your vibes are going to betray you and you'll be pulling yourself like to get by. okay, when you really need to be floating and energized and buzzing around the salon. Either energy, it's contagious. Okay. Some examples that have helped me and my team as a person and to get the word out there is getting involved in the community. Get involved with 5Ks, local charities, mom groups, golf clubs, Facebook groups. This is going to help you tremendously because you're showing the community where you live that you actually care. When you love where you live, and when you're advertising it, it's going to show. It's going to come it's going to come out through the posts that you make on Facebook. It's going to come out in the advertisements. It's just going to ooze out of you because you really cannot fake authenticity. All right. An example is that my salon, we just donated many gift certificates to various local charities. We posted the selfies that we made with them online to let everybody know that we care. But it's also to get our name out there, to get our salon associated with caring for others. And this is a strategy, and it's for the long haul. So you can't expect yourself, I gave out all those gift certificates and nothing happened. You're not going to see an immediate return on it, but you will throughout the year when you least expect it. And that's the whole point. Being in a smaller seasonal area means getting out and in. Okay. So we've done park events where we'll do face painting, hair braiding, just to maintain a presence in the community. A lot of times, you're not going to get clients from these events, but you're going to do the other thing is that you're going to maintain presence. And you want people to see you in action doing the things. You can rent a space at a local art show, farmer's market, host your own, invite local newspapers to come. Whatever you do, get seen. This gets the attention of newspapers, social media, people who are potential clients. Another thing is everybody who has a head of hair is a potential client. Even people with no hair, they want hair. They are a client. Okay. So get out there. The downside to a smaller town is that everyone knows everyone. So if you have a bad day in the salon and totally fry someone's hair off or pluck too much of their brow off, or you just use the wrong shear, like you thought you had the texturizers in your hand and you really did not, the whole town is going to know. And there goes your reputation. Okay. We all know how bad news spreads faster than fire. And the question becomes, how the heck do you overcome that? Well, very simply, you keep going. You do not let that negative 2% drag you down when the other 98% is paying your bills. Does it hurt? Yeah, it does. Do you ugly cry because you did your best as the best you could at that moment and you still failed? Yeah. You can't be afraid. You may have done a mistake, right? But you can't let it get to you. You got to build up courage. You got to build up confidence. And when you do, you callous, but in a good way, right? You don't want to be totally out of control. And you're able to stand firm. While everyone points at you, laughs, spits on your face, metaphorically, okay? We're in an industry where we get a lot of rejection and we also get a lot of love. And we know how to carry ourselves when it comes to the love, but we don't know how to carry ourselves when it comes to rejection, constructive criticism, bad news. Like we don't know how to do that. Um and it's hard and it's really tough. And right here in this moment, like I just want to shamelessly plug something. Like in those moments where we don't know how to deal with rejection and stress and pressure and all those bad energy, I actually have an assessment, and it's called the Energy Index Assessment, and it's actually ranked third on the Forbes list of personal growth assessments. And you can only take one by someone who is certified to administer it. And surprise, I administer it. And I highly encourage you to take this Quizlet, and you get to find out more about yourself. I've taken it and I discovered that many, many times when I am faced with rejection, I immediately go into this victim mindset, woe is me, the whole world is out to get me. But there's 6 other levels of energy that is possible to resonate in, and taking this assessment actually helps me and helps you to be mindful of, well, how am I going to feel with this? And it's a whole process. I think it's only like a 2 call session kind of thing, and it really gives you insight at how you are when you don't even know how you're being, if that makes sense. I encourage you, send me a DM about this because it's something that is going to change your life. I mean, there's a reason why it's ranked number 3 on the Forbes list. So, definitely DM me so you can check it out. But people really actually, they want to see you grow. They really do. I mean, the mentally fit and stable, they want to see you grow. And you attract clients who will admire your tenacity and your drive and your confidence when you stand firm against all the rejection. Okay? Those Google reviews, other people see that and they see how you um are so professional in your responses, and then they'll see when you don't respond too. So the folks who go around tearing down businesses are because that's how much they do not have like love in their own life. Okay. Your boundaries need to be so firm and so fabulous that those folks don't even phase you. All right. Another thing too is don't be afraid to ask yourself, am I in the right location? Are these people truly the demographic I'm looking for? Do I need to relocate my entire business? Do I open up a second location? Do I rent in another salon? Like, these are the big questions that are super scary. We run away from them sometimes. And answering these questions means facing the truth, facing the possibility that maybe we did something a little wrong in our business. Maybe it means I have to step up and do the hard thing. And as a business owner myself, I can tell you that I ask myself these questions too. And I ask them probably all the time. And all the time I come up with a different answer. And but the sooner that you face the truth, the sooner you get to your dreams and your ideal life. And sometimes, there's only 3 answers to these questions, right? And the answers are yes, no, wait. And these 3 answers are sometimes super convenient, and they're sometimes super draining, and we got to learn to decipher which is which at which time in our life. So it's a lot to ponder about when you have a salon in a seasonal area, and I hope these tips helped you. I've been there. I've asked myself the tough questions, like I said. I've had long night discussions about it. I've looked at other locations just for fun. Like, I have the LoopNet app on my phone. And when you're ready, you're ready. You'll know it, you'll feel it, you'll taste it. The trick is being attuned to yourself. You got to listen to your intuition. You got to know yourself enough to hear your intuition. And you don't want to act too hastily. You want to be able to do the homework on yourself first to know. Ask questions, be curious, get advice. Everything in this episode are things we've done and are doing in my salon and spa. Personal development never changes, not for life, and definitely not for your salon, spa, or barber shop. The minute we stop learning in our crafts or in our businesses ourselves, we die. Don't stop evaluating yourself and your work. It's okay to change and evolve. And if you enjoyed this episode, you got inspired, please, by all means, subscribe to this podcast on Spotify and Apple. Check out the new YouTube channel and don't stop sharing this podcast with your friends and family. If you have any specific questions, send me a DM on Instagram and we'll connect more and I can help you a little bit more on the one-to-one level. Have a great day and I will talk to you soon. If you loved this episode, subscribe to the BeautyPro podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave your reviews, stars, feedback so I can continue to bring the content you deserve and want most. Your feedback fuels this podcast. The more you give, the more you get back. You can follow me at The BeautyPro Coach on Instagram and Facebook. Want to contact me directly? Email me at befree@goldentruthcoaching.com.